Hello and welcome everybody to part 2 of STVirus versus NosLoki. My name is Glitch, and so far in game 1 we saw a little bit of early aggression here from Virus. Virus was trying to do some early damage with a nice Hellion Marine push as well as a Banshee, but wasn't able to do quite the economic damage that he was hoping, and now Loki is just expanding like crazy. He is now operating on 3 base to Virus's 2 base. If we check out the worker count right now, we can see that our Zerg buddy is up quite a bit, 87 harvesters, 250, and like I said, he is on 3 base, so he has an amazing economy. This is exactly the position these Zerg players love to be in. He's now going into full macro mode. Checking out the production tab, we can see that he is now getting the pathogen glands, so as well as 5 infestors, so he's going to be getting a little bit of the infestor count up. He's now getting that +1 carapace upgrade to try to upgrade some of the armor and increase the amount of damage his Zerglings can take before they connect with those siege tanks and those marines. NosLoki is now getting his 4th base, and he's getting in a little bit of a unlikely scouting location for STVirus, so Virus is not going to know that this base has gone down. If we check out the vision of Virus, Virus does not even know that this 3rd is here, so he really needs to get some units out there, get some scans down maybe, just try to get a good feel of what Loki is doing, because right now it looks like Virus is just assuming that Loki is going for Ling Muta. He does not yet know, I don't think, about these infestors. Where is that infestation pit? There is an infestation pit around here somewhere. There it is. And we can see that, yeah, no, he has not scouted anything at all. He's going strictly on what he has seen at the front. He has not yet seen these infestors, does not know that these infestors are out on the field. And so he's going to need to be very careful with his units. Those fungal growths can be devastating to those marine counts. Those fungal growths will be able to pin those marines in place while the banelings come up and just deal massive amounts of damage and finishing up those marines. So he really needs to be careful with his marine spread, and he's going to have very nice unit control. Just now getting his 3rd. Virus is throwing down a lot of mules, so it looks like he is finally going to start to come up even in econ, but man, this 4th base is now saturated for Loki, or at least pretty well saturated. You want at least 16 drones mining those minerals to really be considered saturated. But man, a lot of banelings here coming up for Loki. Loki has just been able to just macro up a storm. He does have a macro hatchery up here. He is on hive tech right now, and he is getting that spire into the greater spire, so it looks like we are going to be seeing some brood lords or possibly some ultralisks here coming onto the field very soon. And this is such a big army from NosLoki. Looks like Loki is just maxed out now. He is almost at that 200 mark to the 176 mark of STVirus. Looks like Virus is now not getting too many harvesters, still only at 54 harvesters. From a few minutes ago he was at 50, so he's only gotten a few harvesters since then. Hasn't been focusing too much on harvesters. Now, we also want to keep in mind that Loki is pretty high on the harvester count right now. He is hovering around 80 harvesters, which is about a good place to be. Any more than that, and it's really going to start to cut into your army production. Very nice overlord spread here by Loki. Loki has spread a bunch of overlords to all the critical places. He has placed this overlord here so that he can see if Startail's Virus is going to be taking that base and destroying those destructible rocks. He will only do that if he wants to take those bases. Sieging up on the high ground here. Lots of fungal growths here going down for Startail's Virus. All the banelings moving in, taking out a lot of marines there. A lot of fungal growths still going down. Siege tanks doing a lot of damage though. Quite a bit of damage. A lot of neural parasites going down on these siege tanks on the high ground. That means that Startail Virus has lost a little bit of vision. Oh no, no. I'm mistaken there, as he does have these medevacs. He will still have vision on that high ground, and it looks like he did manage to defend this high ground position just a little bit. He still has a few siege tanks here, only a couple that are at low health. Looks like he's moving in with more forces, got a few more medevacs moving in, a few more marines, and a couple more siege tanks moving into the field. In the meantime, Loki is managing to macro up quite an army. 3 brood lords on the way, has some more corruptors on the way, more investors coming up, so just overall a lot of forces. Those mutalisks not producing any more mutalisks. He used those mutalisks to try to get in some harass and give him the time to keep Startail Virus pinned back on his bases while he macros up quite an army of lings, banelings, and tech up to that greater spire tech. Now throwing up a 5th base. Looks like he is taking over the map. Look at this creep spread dominating almost half the map now. Looks like he's trying to get his creep spread to those 4th and 5th bases. StarTaleVirus doing a good job of holding the center of this map, but he really needs to do some damage to these expansions because Loki is really just doing whatever he wants right now. He's on a very strong economic position. Broodlord's now moving in, trying to deal a lot of damage. Nice fungal growth there, going to hold those units in position while these Broodlords just deal a lot of damage. These Broodlords are going to be shooting out those Broodlings, which are going to be doing damage to those Marines, meaning that these siege tanks are going to start shooting their own forces, but nice control there from those Marines. All the siege tanks do get taken out, but those Marines were well microed back, and looks like StarTaleVirus is going to be forced to retreat because this is a lot of Broodlords here still moving in. Still a couple of Infestors here with a lot of energy, could get a lot of good fungal growths. A few Mutas here on the field. Looks like we do have a few Vikings on the production tab for StarTaleVirus. Now looks like he's going to be going for a massive drop. He knows all that big of an attack force is coming to his front, so it looks like he's going to try to force a pullback here by dropping a lot of forces here at the back door of NosLoki, but it looks like NosLoki is just going to push into the front, gonna try to end this game right now with a big force. A lot of Marines here in the base of NosLoki, dealing a lot of damage. 2 siege tanks also in the main. Looks like a lot of the tech is in the natural though. A lot of damage here being done. All the forces of Loki moving into the base, so it looks like we're going to have something of a base trade. Looks like Loki is pretty confident in his other 4 bases, so he's going to be sticking there back to his 4 bases, trying to move in, deal as much damage as he can. He's still got a lot of Broodlords here, dealing a lot of damage to the tech structures of STVirus, and it looks like STVirus being forced to pull back. He's now unloading all his Marines, pulling back to his 3rd. I don't know about that choice of taking out that main there. This main was pretty much mined out, and there wasn't much tech there. He's leaving those 2 siege tanks there. He's now moving in with the Marines, going to deal a lot of damage to these Broodlords. These Broodlords are getting focused down now, and Loki's going to lose all his Broodlords, and so Loki's now streaming in with more forces as much as he can, as quickly as he can. This is a lot of Banelings here moving in. Going to try to connect with as many of those Marines as possible, and no, it looks like these Banelings are actually going to try to come in and deal a lot of damage to these workers, and so many workers are going down to these Banelings. So many worker losses there, and a lot of the tech structures were lost by Virus, so I don't know if Virus is going to be able to keep up here with the production of Loki. Loki still has a lot of his production structures. He did lose his spawning pool, though he did rebuild another one here. We check out the workers kill count. 55 workers killed for NosLoki, so that is a ton of workers killed there. So it looks like Loki's in a commanding position right now as he is now mining on, looks like 3 bases. Looks like his natural's almost mined out, but he is mining up a storm. He knows that the forces of Virus right now are heavy in the Marine count, getting a lot of those Banelings, favoring that heavy Baneling and Infestor count. Again, those Infestors with those fungal growths are able to lock those Marines in place for those Banelings to roll in and deal a lot of damage. So it looks like Virus knows that he's going to need to push out, going to need to try to do some more damage here, because he knows that Loki is well ahead. He knows that he's on quite a few bases, and so it looks like he's going to be moving in here, but all the Infestors are moving in. Looks like they're going to try to get some good fungal growths off, and here come the Banelings. They are connecting with all of those Marines. All those Marine forces are going down. Some of those Marines were microed back fairly well by Virus, so it looks like a lot of them survive, and they are going to be trying to push in here, but a lot of units here on the production tab for Loki. Loki is producing a lot of Marines, and the fungal growth goes down, and STVirus GG's from that game. So, very well played macro style game there by Loki. StarTaleVirus was just not able to do the damage he was able to do, he wanted to do with all that early aggression, and Loki just had his way with getting more bases and just expanding a ton. Very nice unit control also from Loki. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. If you guys did enjoy that game, please comment, please subscribe, please tell your friends. Let me know how I can make these casts better for you guys, and that does it for me, guys. Glitch out.